Hey Cobra Kai fans, welcome back to Ian Preston Reviews, my second channel, and welcome back to another Cobra Kai video. And today I'm going to be reviewing this because it's my number one favorite season of all time. 2 years ago it came out on Netflix. 2 years ago it came out on Netflix. Excuse excuse me. And I just fell in love with this season. Trust me, I just love it so much. But anyway, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. Check out Ian Preston. I just want to back up so you guys can see my shirt. Check out Ian Preston reviews. Link. Gosh darn it! This is my second channel. Check out Ian Preston, my first channel. Link will be in the description. And today I'm going to be reviewing Cobra Kai season 5. Yes, I'm going to be reviewing it for its 2-year anniversary because why not? It's my number one favorite season, and yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about. I might not just summarize stuff, but I'm going to talk about how much I love it and how much you should watch it. And it has to be. It is the best season ever, in my opinion. It's the best season ever so far. Cobra Kai season 5 is the best season. The cast was really good. The behind the scenes stuff is good. The gag reel is good. Check out my first channel. I reacted to the gag reel on my first channel, and just wanted to briefly explain that James Earl Jones passed away today, so rest in peace to him. I posted something about that on my first channel YouTube community or something. So go check that out. I posted some pictures about just pictures of him and what movies he's been in. So yeah. But anyway, rest in peace, James Earl Jones. But anyway, let's get back to Cobra Kai season 5, baby. Apparently, it's all about how Terry Silver took over the valley and he opened Cobra Kai. He has his own commercial, and Miguel ran away to Mexico to try to find his dad, and Johnny and Robbie go to Mexico to find Miguel. Miguel finds out who his real father is, Hector Salazar, and what his potential really is. First, Miguel's mad at his mom for lying, but then he realized she did it to protect him. Daniel is forced to shut down Miyagi-Do, and him and Chosen and also Dimitri tries to go get a summer job, and then Daniel and Chosen go out to try to learn about Silver and try to expose him, and yeah, and Sam's having trouble with trying to find out who she is when she finds out Miguel ran away, and then after Johnny figures out finds after Miguel finds out what Hector Salazar's potential really was, he's reunited with Johnny, which is a really heartwarming scene. Yes, and eventually, when he comes back, he's trying to figure out with Sam and all. Um, Sam and Yasmin and Moon have brunch together. Sam sees herself in a little dream that she's in a little pod after their brunch at a what do you call it, at a little um at a spa. Miguel tries to buy her an octopus necklace, but then when he visits her at Miyagi-Do, they have an emotional breakup. Miguel agrees to. First, he pretends that it's okay. She thinks she needs to break up to find out who she is and all, to take a break from it and still be friends. But then as he leaves, he's all sad and drops the octopus necklace, and Daniel meets Mike Barnes, thinks Terry Silver's recruiting him, and then eventually, oh yeah, throughout the season, Tori feels like a fraud because of what had happened. And yes, when she already knows about the ref, Terry Silver explains it to her. And yes, while Chosen tries to blend in with other senseis for Terry Silver to find, he trains Tori, and eventually Chosen beats all the senseis. He has dinner with Terry Silver, and then Terry Silver meets Daniel and Chosen and Louis Jr. and Nanush at a place and puts the drinks on his tab. And then Daniel meets with Mike Barnes. Mike Barnes apologizes to him. Chosen tries to fight Mike Barnes because he assumes that he's on the wrong side, but then it was a giant misunderstanding, and eventually, which leads to Terry Silver burning down Mike Barnes's business, and then eventually the water park scene happens. Anthony's staring at Moon and Yasmin, at Mooney and Yazzie, and then Tori and Robbie kiss, and when they see each other, and um, Robbie tries to convince Tori to not join Cobra Kai, but she thinks she's a big girl. Tors think thinks she's a big girl. She can take care of herself. And Kenny bullies Anthony for a little bit because of still being mad at Anthony for what he did in the previous season. What him and his sorry, my legs are a little itchy. What he did to him in the previous season, and eventually stands up to Hawk, tries to fight him. Tori breaks it up. Eventually, everybody at the park, Devin, Mitch, Bert, and other people, they all fight with Cobra Kai. Robbie tries to break it up, so does Tori. Hawk and Miguel try to, then a lifeguard threatens to kick them out if they don't stop. Sam didn't want to get involved with this, so yeah. But other than that, they try to resolve it with a race, but of course someone cheats. Then a fight still breaks out, and then they all get kicked out. And then Robbie and Miguel confront each other, and then eventually Johnny and Carmen find out that Carmen's pregnant, and then Johnny's trying to do job hunting, and Shannon helps him out with finding a job, but apparently Johnny doesn't like it, and then he gets some advice from the pawn shop guy Lyle, and turns out not so bad after all. But yeah, and Johnny calls Shannon, apologizes to her, and tells that Robbie can stay with him, and admits that it was something he should have done a while ago. But other than that, also Johnny tries to convince Robbie and Miguel to be friends, and eventually, after a fight to get it out of their systems, after Daniel has to go to, Daniel goes to, well, first he goes to. I'm a little out of whack. Let's get to that. Hang on a sec. Amanda gets pretty mad at Daniel for overreacting at an auction, and then apparently because Terry Silver got into their heads, that's when Amanda decides to leave, go to Ohio, bring Anthony and Sam with her, then gets reunited with her cousin Jessica Andrews, and then at the bar, a restaurant, Jessica explains the whole truth about Terry Silver, and Amanda didn't realize how tense it got. And then they get into a confrontation with Elizabeth Ann Rooney, and then before her gals and Elizabeth Ann Rooney try to hurt Amanda, Sam breaks into action and kicks Rooney to the side, and then they run out. And eventually, Daniel goes tries to convince, because he finds this in his mailbox. They go to Stingray's house from Terry Silver that Terry Silver gave him, and then Daniel just rages at Raymond, is his real name, and then breaks PlayStation, and then tries to go to Johnny for help. Johnny's dealing with Robbie and Miguel. Daniel rages at him, and then Johnny instead doesn't want to fight him, and then gives him a therapy session or something, I guess, and helps Daniel get past it. And he thinks, I think we're all going to work this out. And then eventually, Mr. Robbie and Miguel, Johnny decided to let Robbie and Miguel fight to get it out of their system. And then before Miguel almost kicks Robbie over an edge, that's when they decide to reconcile and resolve their differences. And then Johnny eventually goes, okay, good, because if you guys still hated each other when the baby gets here, because, yeah, again, he was training on trying to become a real dad, like he was supposed to when Robbie was on the way, and eventually now it's official. Robbie and Miguel are going to be a family, and he shares a hug with them both, and I'm sure we've waited a long time for this. And they have Olive Garden for dinner, and Carmen says, "You're welcome anytime, Robbie," which is good. And then later that night, Daniel gets into a fight with Terry Silver when he tries to apologize to Raymond and even give him a new PlayStation. But then luckily, Silver spares Daniel's life and says, on the contrary, I want you alive and well. And then eventually, Cobra Kai spreading all over the valley. Well, at first, when Amanda arrives, Daniel decides to quit karate, but they try to convince him, and they eventually do convince him. Kreese gets bullied in jail, and then he manages to fight back against the other criminals and earn their respect because he scares them by fighting them aggressively. and yes, Kreese is in jail after getting framed by Terry Silver in the last season. So anyway, eventually Amanda convinces Daniel to keep fighting and they're all with him, and they all convince Daniel to keep fighting and he's not alone, and they're gonna do everything it takes to take down Terry Silver. And then in the next episode, um, the valley is spreading around. Devin joins Cobra Kai after Terry Silver gets some senseis to fly in from other countries and to join, and they get Topanga karate people and other people, other karate people to join Cobra Kai. I mean, Anthony refused, and it looks like Mitch was about to join. Anthony refuses to join, but then Kenny gives Anthony a swirly. Kenny, Kyler, Edwin, and other people give Anthony a swirly, and he gets a laughing stock. We don't see it, but he gets a laughing stock, and then Chosen trains the kids with eggs and all, and they have a pizza party, and then they Daniel and Johnny decide to they visit Kreese. Kreese tells them about the Sekai Takai. They try to they get help from him because they said they could try to get him out with a lawyer. But anyway, I guess they don't decide not to get him out. But anyway, he has his own, and John Kreese has therapy sessions seeing 1984 Johnny. He sees his captain, Terry Silver, Tori, in his visuals when he's talking to the therapist, and he also sees Betsy and his captain. And he also, I think he sees his young self. But when he fights the criminals, he imagines himself as Barrett Carnahan's Kreese, and we do see a flashback of young Kreese and young Silver with little Kim Dayoon and Kim Sun Young, which Daniel admits that's a real person. I thought that was just some mumbo jumbo Silver came up with, which I also thought that too, and apparently it is a real person. Anyway, let's get back into it. They have a pizza party after they convince the Sekai Taikai people that we are a good dojo, just like how Terry Silver tries to convince it as well, that we are a good dojo, and then they decide to have a match together the next day to get qualifications to the Sekai Taikai. They have a matches. Kenny beats Hawk by using the silver bullet on him because Terry Silver taught him. Kenny taunts Hawk after winning, and then Tori bails, and then Sam fights Devin and wins. Cobra Kai gets qualified for the Sekai Taikai, and so does Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang. They go out and celebrate, and eventually they don't know the gender of Carmen and Johnny don't know the gender, and then Terry Silver meets them in an elevator and then tells them good luck or something. But anyway, they have the kids have a party. Daniel and Johnny, Carmen, Amanda, and Chosen. Oh yeah, and Louie. They go out. All six of them go out to a club that night, and they did try to invite Anush, but Anush said he has a date. He has a date, so Anush is already going out with someone. So anyway, they go out. They have a blast. They talk about their past mistakes. Chosen tries to call voicemail Komiko because he confesses love for her. They jam out, and then Louis catches Anush on a date with his sister Vanessa LaRusso, aka Julia Macchio of Macchio's daughter, and apparently Anush and Louis get into a fight, ticking off Vanessa, and then eventually they reconcile afterwards, and then eventually Amanda and Carmen go home. Yes, they are drinking, except for Carmen. She drinks water because the alcohol is not good for the baby. And then Johnny and Daniel and Chosen are singing "Eye of the Tiger" in the Uber, and then they get Uber napped. And then Sam catches Miguel with another girl, and then Tori arrives, convincing, telling Sam what really happened at the tournament. She gets mad and attacks Tori. Tori runs off in disgrace, and so does Sam. And then eventually, Sam and the others go to Stingray and talk to him. He admitted that it was Silver that assaulted him, and he's scared. He's scared to go to the police. But eventually, Sam recruits Tori, and she agrees to help her out, and they agree to help each other. They go to the Cobra Kai dojo, and then eventually, Mike Barnes was the person who kidnapped Johnny and Daniel and Chosen, but Johnny admitted that it was Silver that burned down his store, and then Silver was ready to Chosen was ready to Mike Barnes was ready to go and fight Silver, and then Daniel refuses, but then they leave him stranded. They go to Silver's address. They get into a fight with his senseis. Silver gets a Chosen gets a flesh wound from Silver, and then Johnny. Mike Barnes gets knocked out, and then Johnny is getting beat up, and then Terry Silver leaves the senseis to destroy Johnny, and then the kids try to upload the Stingray clip to their YouTube channel, but then all of a sudden they decide, you know what, we're just gonna have screw it. We're just gonna have to upload. We can upload that security footage of Terry Silver admitting that it was him paying off the ref at the tournament, to Tori. So with that, they upload the security footage. They get into a fight with the Cobra Kai kids, and Mitch betrays them, revealing that he's with Cobra Kai. And then they get into a fight. Robbie gets saved by Miguel when Kenny uses the silver bullet on him. Kim Dae-yoon tries to torture poor Tori, and then Sam comes in, tries to save her, and then Devin comes in and decides to join the fight with them, and then fight Kim Dae-yoon, and then they protect Anthony, and then eventually Dimitri gets to beat up Kyler, and after Hawk tells Kyler, "You've just been the same bully as you act as always. Everyone who you bullied has beaten you up." And then eventually, they have to protect Anthony after a fight, and then Anthony's holding the iPad, uploading the clip to the channel, and it gets uploaded. And then Carmen, because Stingray picks up Carmen and Amanda in his car. Then he picks up Daniel before he gets into a fight with some truck dudes, as he's walking through the woods. But anyway, they go to Cobra Kai, and then Stingray fights some of the kids that are at the gateway or at the entrance, and they see Amanda's like, "Now I'm calling the cops," and there's a big hug force or something when Anthony's trying to get it on the screen, and then Daniel's getting in to try to get them to knock it off. Then they get it on the TV. Everyone sees the footage, and they're in shock. And then Johnny breaks through, because when he sees the baby picture, he breaks through and beats up all the senseis, and then causes one of them to accidentally cut off one of the sensei's fingers. And then eventually Mike Barnes comes in to help to defeat them. And then eventually Terry Silver makes a stupid speech, and then Amanda says, "Do what you have to do, Daniel." And then Daniel uses the Silver technique on Silver to defeat Silver, knocking him into the glass, using the crane kick, knocking him into the glass, and people give up their Cobra Kai merch. And then everyone reunites. The police and fire truck arrive. Robbie and Tori reconcile and kiss, but Kenny's not ready to talk. And then Sam and Miguel get back together and kiss and reconcile. And also, Miguel gives the necklace. Sam admits that she found the octopus necklace in the dojo. And then it's revealed Johnny's alive, Chosen's alive, and he has a flesh wound. And then Mike Barnes had saved him, and he stole a painting from Silver's home. Silver is arrested by the police, and one of the lawyers said that Silver's facing multiple charges, and he's like, "You guys haven't heard what happened with John Kreese, haven't you?" And apparently earlier in the episode, we all think John Kreese was killed, but apparently what was on him was melted jello. He breaks out and fights the guards. The doctor's like begs for mercy, and then apparently John Kreese breaks out by using the ID card that he stole when he was giving the therapist a hug, and then he breaks out of prison and is on the run. And he has the doctor uniform on as he's getting out. People think he's some kind of doctor leaving or something. But anyway, I think the other prisoners put that melted jello on him and pretended to kill him to help him get out of prison. So he faked his death to get out of prison. But anyway, other than that, this season is great. Good cast. Everyone did a good job. Shout out to the entire cast of season 5. You guys are the best around. And the music is so good when the music. Shout out to the music people. You guys did a good job with when um, the tree will survive is what it was called. The music, the tree will survive. That is the best part of the. That is the best music of Cobra Kai season 5. You guys did a great job, and this season is just my number one favorite season. 10 out of 10 puts a big smile to my face, and everyone's just awesome. You all are awesome, and thank you all so much for this such awesome badass season. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching my review. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. Check out Ian Preston, my first channel. Link will be in the description. And Cobra Kai never dies. Strike first, strike hard, no mercy. Hiya! Oh yeah, and another thing. When the rest of Cobra Kai season 6 comes out, I'm gonna be I will watch the episodes off camera first, and then I will do the reaction. But just to let you know, they'll be probably on my 3DS, just to let you know. It'll be on 3DS footage. So yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know. Okay, see you guys. And it'll be on this channel, Ian Preston Reviews. Okay, see you guys. Peace out, love you all. Cobra Kai never dies. The tree will survive. Huaza!